They say trust is the foundation of any relationship. But what if the trust you built your life on was never real to begin with? Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm 39 years old, and this is the story of how a simple medical test, meant to help our daughter, destroyed everything I believed about my marriage. I met Daniel when I was just 22. We were both working night shifts at the same hospital. He was in IT support, and I was a newly hired lab technician. Our coffee breaks quickly turned into long conversations, and long conversations turned into quiet walks after our shifts. He was funny, gentle, and emotionally present, everything I never knew I needed. We got married 2 years later. It wasn't a big wedding, but it was full of love. And when our daughter Mia was born, I felt like my world had finally become whole. For 15 years we were just good. No scandals, no distance, no unexplained absences. He was a present father, a reliable husband. I considered myself lucky. But life has a cruel way of revealing the cracks, even in the strongest-looking walls. It started with something simple. Mia was struggling with fatigue and recurring colds. We thought it was just stress. She had started high school and was overwhelmed. The doctor suggested we run a full genetic panel just to rule out any underlying issues. Both parents needed to submit DNA samples to check for hereditary markers. Daniel and I didn't think twice. We both gave our samples. 2 weeks later, the results came in, and with them, a truth I never asked for. The doctor looked concerned. "Rachel," she said, "we couldn't identify any matching paternal DNA markers from your husband, not even a partial match." At first, I didn't understand. I laughed nervously. "That's impossible. He's her father." But the doctor gently explained, not only was there no biological link between Daniel and Mia, but based on the markers, it would have been impossible. That night I sat across from Daniel in our living room. The air felt different, thick, heavy. I showed him the report. He didn't speak for a long time. Then he sighed. This deep, tired kind of sigh I'd never heard before. "Rachel, I didn't think this would ever come up." I felt my stomach twist. "What do you mean?" "I'm not Mia's biological father." I thought I'd misheard him. "What are you talking about? I never cheated." "I know," he said quietly, "because I'm the one who did." Turns out, during a brief, rough patch in our first year of marriage, when we had postponed having kids because of money, Daniel had a one-night stand with a woman he met at a tech conference. He told me it meant nothing, that he never saw her again. But then, a few months later, I got pregnant. And he never told me, not because he thought the baby wasn't his, but because he suspected it might not be. He said he hoped it was just coincidence, that maybe the timing wasn't as close as he feared. And when Mia was born, this beautiful, healthy baby girl, he decided to bury the doubt and raise her like his own. For 15 years, he lied to both of us. I can't describe what that kind of betrayal feels like. It wasn't just the cheating, it was the choice to hide the truth, to pretend, to build a family based on silence. I felt violated, not just as a wife, but as a mother. I looked at Mia sleeping that night, and I cried like I hadn't cried in years, because I realized she'd have to know one day. She had a right to, and yet I wasn't ready to shatter her world. Not yet. I told my sister everything, and to my surprise, she wasn't shocked. "Rach, I always thought something was weird about the timing, but I didn't want to say anything. Another knife to the heart. How many people had doubts and stayed silent? I moved into a guest house we owned for a while. I told Mia I needed space for work, which wasn't a total lie. I couldn't focus on anything, especially not home. Daniel kept trying to talk, to explain, but nothing he said could fix what he broke. You can't unknow betrayal. You can't undo the moment someone shows you they were never who you thought. I eventually sat Mia down. I told her the truth, gently, carefully. Her reaction broke me. Not anger, not screaming, just one quiet question. Do I still have a dad? And I told her the truth. Yes, he might not be your biological father, but he raised you. He held your hand when you were sick. He showed up to every recital. That counts. Because it does. It's been a year since that DNA test turned our lives upside down. I'm no longer with Daniel. I couldn't stay, not because of Mia, but because I realized I'd been living beside a stranger for years. But Mia is strong, and I'm stronger than I thought I was. Sometimes the truth feels like it will destroy everything, but it also gives you something else, a chance to rebuild. This time, with no lies.